Okay, as I can see, the Oyo kidnapped school children and teachers, they are finally what? Back. They have been rescued. You see, B, we will continue to make Nigerians to look so stupid and so foolish. This is a country of 230 million people. Now, there are so many angles to the story relating to this, the rescue, the release, or the surrender of these kidnapped children. Media, they are not talking about it. It can only get this unfiltered media analysis from this platform. No other places. Because I can say everybody, yes, everybody was, throwing in congratulation with happiness. It's great news. Because see, now great news is these children no go like a Chibok girls. You see how long Chibok girls they lasted in Boko Haram dungeon. Most of them, they almost gave birth to children, 5, 4, 3 children. Most of them, they have almost grown up, young children that were kidnapped then. So back to this Oyo kidnapped children, they are released. There are so many stories. There are so many questions that Nigerians are asking, but nobody is. An appreciation to Mr. President, to law enforcement agency, and everyone that took part in this rescue operation. Now, also going back to Sheyi Makinde's statement after the rescue operation. Now, understand the kind of challenge that Sheyi Makinde has been facing. I know, say yes, in this country, the way our politicians they behave, they don't mindly care and all those stuffs. But this point in time, the thing really got to Sheyi Makinde because see, it's in PDP. The ruling party is the APC. Now they all shifted the whole blame to Sheyi Makinde instead of to the federal government. When Chibok girls happened, they didn't call the state governor. They shifted all the blame to President Goodluck Jonathan then. But this time, all blame was shifted to what Sheyi Makinde. That is to tell you the kind of political trauma he was facing, the kind of challenge he was facing since the adoption of these children. Now, going back to the main question that Nigerians are asking, see, Nigerians are asking this important question. How did they rescue these children? Yes, it's great news that they have been rescued, but how did it happen? Because see, there are so many versions of this story. Government is telling you that they were rescued. Military is telling you they were unconditional or surrendered. And also there is another expert who is he should be a security expert, one Mr. Sheyi. His own version of the story is totally different. Now, when you see all of the headline, you see that it's all about rescue, 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 rescue. But also, from this, how we see from my evidence that I've gathered so far, I'm going to present it for you to understand where I'm going to. Because this can be a rescue mission. It can be. Now, yeah, this is what Christopher Musa said. All right, okay. All right, you can see me on my screen now. This is what Christopher Musa said. He said, that is from Christopher Musa, bandit threatened to kill abducted Oyo pupils if troops advance. Christopher Musa, Minister of Defense, says the bandits who kidnapped pupils and teachers from the school in Oriire local government of Oyo State have threatened to kill the captives if security agencies approach. This from Christopher Musa. And now read from the military. He said, kidnapped students and teachers in Oyo State rescued following a surgical, intense, and well-coordinated, carefully planned, and executed operation. Okay, let me zoom it very well. All right. So, operation, On 10th July 2026, troops of the Nigerian Army, led by General Officer Commission, with special units from the Office of National Security Advisor, ONSA, specifically the National Counter-Terrorism Center, which is the NCTC, and the Defense Headquarters with special forces elements from the Army, Nigerian Army, Navy, the Nigerian Air Force, and the Nigerian Police. The department, whereas local vigilantes, hunters, and matokun in a well-coordinated operation rescue. Operation rescue. Rescued. You see, in this part, they are trying to tell you there is a rescue operation going down. And, so let me. and the masterminded the kidnapping, busting and dismantling their networks, logistic links, including informants and hideouts located with multiple arrests were made within Oyo State and ultimately led the terrorists to unconditional release, according to what the Nigerian military. But this is what is released. Government that is telling you that it was under this military. They said of a fatality. How do they put? Yes, ransom was paid that was conducted by the federal government, and yet there was some kind of law. Our military, our government are used to all of these things because we check this analysis. So now you can see that according to this Mr. Sheyi Adetayo, like he said, when you look at the article, former administrations for paying ransom. The military that said that the children and the school children and teachers were surrendered, or tell you that what will be the final word outcome or the answer to this? Because if ransom is not paid, look at the investigation that they made the investigation. A camera evidence to show how the operation was conducted. Who located to them that gave them information. Those to court. That to Nigeria, yes, some certain amount of money were paid. You can praise it in exchange for Israelis was making us to look like fools. Were made, arrests were made. Where are their faces? Tourists of what do they call it? Those people arrested, family members, all of this thing. That is to people's children. You get me? So those are people's children. And it is a great thing. It's a great achievement that they are released. But trying to make a fool of a whole nation, it is unfair. So Nigeria, first of all, in order, in all and all, is a big conglomerate on a good job communicating what the truth, the reality to what Nigerians.